Hi there, it's the week after equidistance, WAFU, and an appeal to give senior high school students condoms. Welcome to the show. My name is Benis Abubedu, and today, yes, we'll be discussing all of these issues. Don't forget, we're on Facebook. Our name is Joy News on TV. We are also on Twitter with the same name. You can find us there. Get onto our Facebook page. You can do well to post your comments on all the issues we're about to discuss, and I'll be glad to share it with the rest of the world. Well, after a massive build-up to the ITLOS ruling on Saturday, and after listening to that long and pretty confusing ruling from the special chamber, all Ghanaians wanted to know was, did we win? Well, after all the equidistance and a lot of other jargons, a lot of us didn't really understand, but the experts bailed us and simply told us, yes, Ghana had won the case. So you get onto Facebook and you search ITLOS. Interestingly, you get a lot of comments popping up because social media, you know, was very responsive to that particular ruling, especially on the fact that a lot of people were just looking for simple explanation of that ruling. And yes, that photo of the former Attorney General and the current one has also been trending, with a lot of people suggesting that yes, we can do it if we put away our political differences. So if you search ITLOS on Facebook, like I mentioned, you're going to find the ITLOS judgment. Mahama congratulates Nanado for continuing boundary dispute with Ivory Coast. And then you find a lot more things that people are saying there. Jamul Adwell thinks that something was quite misleading, that Ghana owes its gratitude to the Akufo-Addo government. And then a lot more people have been sharing a particular photo that comes with the former Attorney General and the current one. See that photo over there. And a lot of people have also been using this to add to the conversation on women empowerment and why women can do things if you give them the opportunity and do it well. So there you have it, that particular photo there. And a lot of people have been sharing this and talking about this. Let's move on quickly. And a lot of people have also congratulated the late Professor John Evans Atamos, President of Ghana, for his role in securing the legal victory and the important resources for the country. And there you have him, a photo there. And then also President Akufo-Addo and President Mahama. Also, I'm not sure this handshake is in relation to what exactly took place on Saturday, but yes, it tells the story of how together as a nation we put away our political differences and we secured victory for Ghana. All right, so there you have it, another photo of these two women. And trust me, I've seen a lot of write-ups, one from lawyer Ace Ankoma, who thinks that he wants his female children or his daughters to emulate what these women have done, and he believes that once they do that, the sky is the limit. And this photo has been trending especially, and also, well, the Daily Graphic captured that today. But shortly I'll be taking you onto Twitter for more on that particular one on ITLOS. But before I do that, it's been 2 days after the International Tribunal for the Law of the Sea ruled in favor of Ghana. And I'm sure, like I mentioned, a lot of you were excited. Look, I was sitting behind my TV just saying, when is this going to end? Because it was a pretty long one. Now, one word that has become popular after that ruling is equidistance. Have you tried to find the meaning of that word? And what came to your mind after you heard it being repeated over and over again? What do you think it means? Well, let's get onto Facebook because we posted that question on our Facebook page and a lot of interesting responses there. But while we wait for that, let's get on to Twitter because ITLOS is trending, like I mentioned, and a lot of you have been tweeting about this. Well, Ian Walker has been tweeting real credit due to Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire for using the rule of law to determine questions of boundary, hashtag #ItLost, and it's got 112 retweets, 159 likes, and 5 replies. Gabriel Chodako actually posted the release, #ItLost release on that particular judgment that was delivered on Saturday. 47 retweets and 53 likes there. Coca, all right, talks about TV3 show in the Maritime District and says, well, talking about the fact that the Station of the Nation didn't show that, and a lot of people were concerned, especially about that. There it is, the photo again that's trending. God bless our homeland, Ghana, hashtag #ItLost. And this one says, for those following #ItLost ruling on Ghana Ivory Coast Maritime Border Dispute, here's some background on the Ghana side. And this was actually tweeted on September 23. That was the day of the ruling. Andrew_Ward1 tweeted that, trying to give some history because a lot of people wanted some understanding. And NDC tweeted, yes, said, congratulations, hashtag #ItLost. Then comes along with a photo of former President Mahama and former Attorney General Marietta Brewer-Pong. The very beautiful photos over there. And at Israel Laya, our very own, says, well, he's given his layman's view of the #ItLost ruling on Ghana's maritime boundary dispute with Cote d'Ivoire. And well, he thinks that he awaits the experts. At the time, he was actually awaiting the expert view, as a lot of us were, says whether our oil activities has eating into Cote d'Ivoire's territory will be determined by the experts. And now we know that, well, we are safe. Everything about what we're doing in terms of oil production and exploitation is safe. And Fred Kuku Smith also says we can create another holiday on every 23rd September to celebrate our victory against Ivory Coast. Some sarcasm there, but that's okay. He's got 13 replies, 53 retweets, and 72 likes. Let's see what the replies are. All right, we don't seem to have that now. But quickly, let's go on and talk about what you've been saying about your understanding of that particular word, equidistance. And even if you've made an effort to really try and get to understand it properly, Salisi Ben Hussein says, since Ghana has won this maritime boundary dispute against Ivory Coast, will all the fishes in that side of the sea automatically become Ghanaians by birth? Really? And will the fish from Ivory Coast require visas to swim to that side? Interesting. But Nana Kwame Ameni Kennedy, well, things would have by citizenry. Okay, let's quickly move on and pick more of your comments there. Divine Akoli says, what I can say is with all, Lord, he's using, please, I'm not going to read this, Divine, you can't do this to me. These words, I don't know what you're trying to achieve by writing such huge words. But Hector Rao says, yes, it means the equidistance of the equidistance of the equal distance of the equidistance, representing map distance is true to scale in all directions. Oh, really? Okay. Forgive says, you know what, Hector, behave. Oscar V says, equidistance means equal distance. So maybe equidistance from the shores of Ghana to the oil rig. And that's how he understands it. Francis Kofi says, it's an equal distance or point between two different points or positions on direct opposite sides of the point in consideration. It serves as a mediator or bisector. And Kojo Bene says, Joy News, you're calling for trouble. For me, I wasn't here. Oh. Michael Amenin in the UK says, it's a legal concept that a country's maritime boundaries abide to a median line equidistant from the shores of its neighboring countries, and it aims in settling disputes. Gosh, was it a good idea to ask for simple explanations to this equidistance term? I don't think so. President Odin Baumia says, equal distance or same distance from two other places. Wow. Anyway, Inusa Bamba says, Mikra, I don't know. And Ifwa Ode says, well, it means equal distance, and sharing her thoughts. But if you haven't cared to find out, just Google it. I'm sure you get a better understanding and appreciation of that particular, word that has become quite famous after that #ItLost ruling. Away from that, Member of Parliament for Kwabre East, Francisca Oting Mensah, is proposing the distribution of condoms to schoolgirls to enable them prevent unwanted pregnancies and sexually transmitted infections. Now, Ghana's youngest legislator youngest, who was elected in 2016, says, well, this will ensure that teenage girls who often bear the brunt do not drop out of school because of unwanted pregnancies. But what do you make of this? Mohammed Abdullahi says that will be very wrong. He's done his research to know. All right, he's actually asking, have you done any research to know those girls who like and indulge in sex every day, occasionally, or even not interested in it? This attempt, if implemented, will worsen the situation. School authorities should continue to give talks to the supposed sweetness of sex today and the bitter aspects of it, especially when a girl drops out of school due to pregnancy or sexual illness. Says it's left to the individual's parents to provide their girls with the necessary protective devices if they realize their daughters have become sexually active. Emmanuel Asare says, well, I don't see anything wrong with this idea. If you come to Togo, they share condoms in high schools. Prevention is better, so let's accept the facts earlier. And Jordan Rivers says, please don't just try this. He thinks that sexual immorality would definitely lead to a rise in lesbianism and possible photographic materials within society. Kojo Bene says, I believe education in homes and schools will be better than kids holding condoms as licenses. Rafael Do Nuglo says, are policy makers sometimes serious? How can you say that girls in high schools should get condoms to protect unwanted pregnancies? They are to abstain from having sex. That's Raphael's opinion. And Mensa Kobe Eric says, are you trying to legalize teenage sex in schools? Well, like some argue, a lot of these senior high school students are already sexually active. So, well, you help them out or you have to deal with the rising numbers in teenage pregnancies. But I don't know what you think about this. If you have an opinion and you want to share it, Facebook page and drop your messages there. I'll be glad to share it with the rest of the world. You're watching Joy News Interactive and I'm Bernice Abubaid. We'll take a quick breather. I'll be back in a moment with more. Thank you so much for staying here on Joy News Interactive. It was our host and win in the just ended WAFU tournament. Well, we defended our 2013 title by beating Nigeria by 4-1. Interestingly, Nigeria's team defeated Ghana by 2-0 in the group stages. And the final was expected to be tough for the two sides. Well, here are some highlights of that match if you missed the game.
His teammate to do a good job. Safo here, good control. Safo looking for Kizito, and this time a strike comes out from Lomote. And Ghana looking to score. Steven Safo breaks the deadlock. 3 goals for him in the tournament. Oh, this is glorious.
Well taken. Let's have a look what happens. Takes a shot, turns here. Watch. And hits it. That is well controlled. He licks the bouncer, hits his knee, gets a little bit of luck.
Bali Rabiu and Efenyi and Aremo, they've really kept him out of the game. Patrick Razak controls well. Lovely turn. Patrick Razak in the box. And it's been given. Patrick Razak first. Control of the game since coming on. It gives Ghana a penalty. Atinga. He's been scoring from the spot there for Accra House of Oak in the Ghana Premier League and still looking to get another one here. His second goal in the competition comes out easily for Vincent Atinga. Ghana 2, Nigeria 0, and the Black Stars of Ghana home and dry. Razak here, going to put the ball in play. Goes in, Razak. To Ghana, Patrick Razak again. Steven Safo here. Safo makes it 3 for Ghana.
He's been trying desperately. Atinga for Ghana.
Oh no, give it away. And the goalkeeper nearly missed it. But Patrick Razak keeps it. Razak going, and Ghana can have a 4th goal. Win full cover. Finally, gets the 4th goal for Ghana. And this is becoming an embarrassment to Nigeria here. Final of the 2017 WAFU.
Motivation for you guys?
Yeah, we motivate ourselves. Yeah, I can say that.
Well, locally, Coach Max Okinedu fielded only locally based players for this particular competition. And do you think this victory is a good one for the local league? Do you think it will have a positive effect? Well, George Addo Jr. thinks so. But Safti Sa says, I heard Kenya has been stripped of the hosting of CAN 2017. I'm requesting CAF to bring it to Ghana because we showed massive and colorful support. And I think it was a credit for us and plus for West African football. Michael Aminin says there are huge potentials in this current young team, and there's a need for them to be trained very well for future national assignments so that they can earn Ghana more victories. Ghanaians are proud of them, and God bless the team and their handlers. George Gillingno says, yes, of course, it just demonstrated that if the GFA and government of the day put proper infrastructure and give serious attention to our local leagues, we can grow as a nation and people will troop to various stadia to watch matches every week. Cotonero says, is it an annual game? If not, it must be organized annually to give exposure to the local guys and some cash in their pockets. John Waters says, it is a good thing for the local league. They are going to be linked to foreign clubs directly or indirectly. Daniel Bimfo says, congratulations, Ghana, you've done well. You surprised me yesterday, pal. All right, okay. So let's get on to Twitter now because Patrick Razak is trending, and I said he's the gentleman I feel was just put there to win Ghana 2 penalties in that particular final. But let's get his tweets briefly. I mean, tweets on that. Asamoah Gyan has tweeted, and he says a very big congratulations to the Black Stars for winning. The WAFU. Ghana is proud of you. Kudos. And well, there you have it. Asamoah Gyan, 110 retweets, 377 likes. And the WAFU Cup of Nations WAFU official has tweeted full-time from Cape Coast, Ghana 4-1, and gives all the other statistics you need to know. I'm sure you know by now who scored what and all the other details you need to know about that particular game. But Aroma at Kobe_Scratch has also been tweeting, and he says Patrick Razak is killing defenders here in Africa and is on some 300 Ghana CD a month salary. Well, he said Lingard is taking £100,000, but he doesn't do too well, and so he thinks that Patrick Razak, you know, is world class. He's good. He's got the standards and all that, and a lot of people are tweeting about this. Just go onto Twitter. Patrick Razak is top trends, followed by WAFU 2017. We congratulate the guys. Hopefully, we'll see more of this in subsequent, tournaments, especially with the Black Stars and all our other teams, national teams. Now, that'll be all for Joy News Interactive. I really appreciate your company here. Thank you so much for all the comments you shared. Don't forget, we are still very interactive. So get onto our Facebook page. Our name is Joy News on TV. Same name. We'll find us on Twitter. I'll see you at 12. I'll be back with the news.